trust that you've been well. And today we are privileged to be joined by a career woman who's very beautiful, looks really nice, and is a person who's been a mover and shaker in the economy of this country. And kindly introduce yourself to the rest of our viewers.
Okay, my name is Akunga, Managing Director, Benchmark Solutions Company Limited.
Wow.
We are incorporated in 7 African countries, basically in the marketing industry, holistically.
Isn't that something for a woman to be heading all these things in Africa? And this is the age where we say emancipation has happened in a very big way. So Laura, what does your company do?
Okay, as I had mentioned, we are in the marketing industry.
Yes.
We have 2 major business units. Number 1 is corporate sales and marketing. We act as an agency to help African brands position themselves both locally, regionally, and in the international market. Another business unit that we have is branding, basically below the line advertising, indoor and outdoor advertising, corporate uniforms, and electronic communication. Yes.
So did you just wake up one morning and decide, oh, I'm going to do this, or were you doing other things before you got there?
I'll give you a brief history, a brief background of myself. Back in the day, I think I was about, 12 years. My parents ran a ranch whereby we just had cows.
Oh.
So I was a bit concerned because we had, my parents produced about 100 liters of milk every day. Everything was automated, but they only made 16 shillings per liter. For every liter they milked per day, they only made 1,600 shillings. And my concern was that the cow feeds, the money that goes towards the workers, basically the cost of production, vis-a-vis the margins did not make sense to me. I was only in Form 2 then. So I managed to have a sitting with my late father then, and I said, why don't we try to add value to the milk? Then we can try to recoup much more money from that. As it is in the African setup, young girl, Form 2, really. So he said, initially I wanted all the 100 liters, so he said, I will start by giving you 10 liters. I was a bit offended, but I took it. So went into a small school in town, learned how to make yogurt and fermented milk, what we know as maziwa mala. So I managed to approach quite a number of high-end hotels in the city center and in the outskirts of Nairobi. And I retailed a liter of yogurt at 160 shillings and a liter of mala at about 100 shillings.
Oh, what a change.
Yes, so at the end of the day, I remember, and I started paying my parents for the milk that I got. So when our schools were just about to happen, I think they humbled themselves and they really wanted to know what that was all about. So generally I was able to train our workers, then we moved from the raw material to the value-added product. So that is my background in business. Went into, my academic background is in finance and accounts. I am a certified ACCA accountant. When I was in my 2nd year in USIU studying international business administration with a concentration in finance, I was handpicked by one of the leading telecoms in the country.
Oh.
So I came on board as a finance person. I worked for about 4 months. Then I realized really I don't think I want to spend all my life looking at figures. For me it was very monotonous. And I say that with a lot of respect to the professionals in that industry. It just wasn't for me. So 4 months later I resigned. And everyone else thought I was crazy because I was only in 2nd year, living in my mother's house. Company provided a car. I was earning close to about 6 figures. At only 19, really, I think that was a good life. So when I left, no one understood why I wanted to do that. So I partnered with a very close friend of mine. While I was in this leading telco, I realized that we used to spend so much money in the marketing industry. And I couldn't help myself but think if only I could get 1% of the hundreds of millions that this particular company.
I have to stop you there, Pastor. And even from what I'm getting, the 6-figure salary you were getting from that telecom company at only 19 years of age.
Yes.
And there's some people out there who are thinking to themselves, probably some women, because this is more of women empowerment, who are thinking to themselves, how can we get there? Where not only where we take initiative to do things on our own, but where we can be getting such kinds of salaries, or maybe where we can be handpicked by companies because of what you do. So what should we say about that?
From a very young age, and I would applaud my parents for that.
Yes.
If you know what you want, and if you know what you want, and you want it so bad, you're going to get it at whatever cost. Yes. So I remember so many people, especially, I remember my mother mobilizing all her female friends and just to try and explain to me why they have started businesses and they have failed and how I'm making a very bad decision. But that was their story. I was convinced that I need to write my own script. It doesn't matter. Probably they didn't do it with as much passion as I did. So after I resigned from my 6-figure salary, still at 19 years old, I managed to secure a small desk in my mother's clinic because we wanted to operate from there. And I remember she always called me. She kept mentioning that you left a good job. You're still in school. Your future is so bright. Why do you have to come and squeeze in my small clinic? But I told her to give me time. I didn't have savings from my job. I knew what I wanted. I had a business plan in place. And I think where most young people go wrong, we tend to think that you need to have 1 million shillings stuck somewhere for you to start a business. My story is different. And someone will argue that this is 6-7 years ago, the times are different. But I strongly believe a business is started with an idea. You could have all the money in the bank, but not be able to jumpstart your business. So as long as you have an idea in mind, and I really encourage young people to put it down on paper. There's power when hand meets paper. It just flows. So once you're able to, in whatever unstructured form it is, but as long as your dreams are on paper, you hold yourself accountable to be able to achieve them. So that was my story. Put the business plan on paper. Of course, some of the challenges was that every door we knocked, the corporates wanted to know who we have worked for. That is my friend and I, and why they should be able to trust us to be able to deliver quality as far as managing each other's expectations is concerned. So we were very lucky because 3-4 months down the line, we managed to get our breakthrough. So, and the rest, as they say, is history. Very good friend of mine to date, but we both took a different line from there. And we are still forging on today. Wow. Yes.
Quite an inspirational story from such a young, beautiful lady. So how is the social life like? How do you juggle between your social life and your professional life?
Initially, it was a challenge. Still is, I must say. The nature of my work is that I am out of the country at least 2-3 times every month because we serve international markets as well, both in the African continent, in Europe, in the Middle East, and in the Far East. So yes, I have friends. Yes, I'm in a relationship.
Oh,
and,
guys out there, no luck for you. Yes. Oh. So does your boyfriend understand the line of work you're in and how demanding it is at the end of the day?
Lucky for me, I have a boyfriend who challenges me. I look up to him in so many ways. He's an advocate by profession. And I think I get a lot of support from him. Yes, he understands the nature of my job, but at the end of the day, I'm really looking at, in terms of settling down and starting a family, it's always important to put a few systems and processes in place such that the business can run itself. So I'm on the right track.
So maybe I could get a little personal with you.
Okay.
So is this really true? Did you get your boyfriend before you got successful, or was it after you became successful?
My boyfriend is my friend. I have known him for a little over 10 years now.
Wow.
So this is someone I have grown up with. My parents have seen him grow up as well. My friends have seen him grow up as well. My siblings approve of it as well.
Wow.
So really, I'm in a relationship with my friend.
Wow, lovers and friends. Is it true that when you become successful, you lose market as when it comes to men, because their egos can't allow them to hang out with you and you call shots everywhere?
I would ask, who are these women dating? I don't surround myself with average people. I surround myself with people who are as good as me or better than me.
Yes.
So and if the kind of men you're talking at, they should look at this at progressive women as not as a challenge, and they should not be intimidated by them.
Yes.
I think we both have everything to offer. We both have something to bring to the table.
Yeah.
So if I can buy bread and you can buy milk, I think it's better than you buying milk and bread.
Yeah.
I tend to think you would respect me more if I have something to bring to the table. So I wouldn't, yes, I have had that a lot, that progressive women are very mature and very masculine, but I'm a very firm believer in the Bible. I'm a solid Christian, and I mean, the Bible has really defined the role of a woman and the role of a man. And if a man loves a woman and the woman submits, really, it's a matter of knowing our place in marriage, in relationships. And I think that has a lot to do with everything. It's not a matter of gender, really. Yes.
Wow, that's really inspirational. Something very commendable. Another thing, Laura, as you wind up. So, what was it like when you made your first million?